Hi everybody, and welcome to this video, which is all about how to do a simple graph in the Google Sheets app. Now Google Sheets makes it very easy for you to do a graph, but you don't start off with a graph, you actually start off with a table in Google Sheets. Like I've got this one here. This is from the traveling to work control task, for example, where you have to compare the daily cost of going by bus and the daily cost of going by rail and the daily cost of fuel in a car. So I've created my table first with those headings and my three costs there, £5.18 for the bus, £6.40 for the train and £5.40 for the car. So it actually starts off with a table. You can't create a graph from nothing. You have to base it on some information contained in a table like this. So once you've got that, you then highlight or select all the information by surrounding it with a box like that. I'm starting in A1 and dragging across to C1 and then down a little bit, or start with A1 and go down one and then go across. Either way, you highlight all the information. So you're telling Google Sheets which data you want to make a graph out of. Then it's dead easy. All you do then is you go to the Insert menu, click Insert, go down past all these options here and click Chart. And as soon as you click Chart, it actually creates the chart for you. But it's probably not going to be the chart that you want. If you wanted a pie chart, then that's great, it's done it. But the best thing to do for this sort of information actually is a column chart. So you'll notice when the chart appeared there that this chart editor panel appeared at the same time as well. And this is where you can do all of your customizing of the type of chart and titles and so on, and colors even. All kinds of customizations you can do. The first thing I'm going to change though is to change the chart type from pie chart to column chart, which is the name that the software gives to what we might call a bar chart, actually, column chart. And almost straight away you've got a finished graph, and you can see how easy the information is to see that the cost of going by train is the most expensive and the bus is the cheapest and the car is somewhere in the middle. But no graph is complete without titles. It needs a title for the whole graph up above the graph in this sort of area here, and it needs what we call axes titles as well, because you've got the x-axis going along the bottom here and you've got the y-axis going up the side. But again, Google Sheets makes it incredibly easy to change those things, but you do that in the customize section. So I'm going to customize here. There's lots of options here. I'm not going to go through them all in this video, but you could have a play around with them. The only one I'm going to need right now is the chart and axis titles part of the customize section here. And in this section here that opens with chart title is actually a drop-down menu, and you can use it to change the chart title, which I'll do in a second. You can add a subtitle or the horizontal axis title or the vertical axis title, but I'm going to add a chart title. So you select chart title from the menu here, and then you click in the title text here and you add your title. So I'll put a graph of costs of traveling to work. And you can see that actually adds that as I'm putting it in, so you can see exactly what it's going to look like. By default, that is, meaning if you don't change it yourself, it is left aligned, but titles of graphs look much better in the middle, and it's, again, Google Sheets makes it dead easy to fix that. All you do is you come down here to the title format. You can bold it if you like, you can italicize it, but I'm going to change the alignment to center like that. That looks great. You can change the size and color of all these things as well. But I want to add a horizontal axis title, horizontal axis label. So I change chart title to horizontal axis title, and now it gives me a box called title text. Whatever I type in here will appear below the chart, below the graph there. So I'm going to these three columns, these three bits of information here are all about costs of traveling to work. So that's what I'm going to call my horizontal axis. That's what I'm going to label it as, costs of traveling to work. Actually, I've thought a better one actually would be, type of transport, isn't it? That's what that should be. Type of transport, because one of them is the train, one of them is the car, one of them is the bus. Makes more sense, doesn't it? Type of transport. You can easily fix any typing errors like that. And then finally, the vertical axis title. Anything I type in here will appear vertically on this bit of the chart here. So this is the y-axis here is showing the cost of each way of travelling to work. So this could just be the cost. And if you didn't have, I've actually got pound signs within the graph already. It puts those in, but it's worth putting them in again just to be absolutely clear about that the cost is in pounds. Although it's not absolutely necessary to put that in because the pound signs are already in here with the prices. So that's it really as a basic simple graph. We've got a nice column graph here. It's got a chart title, it's got a horizontal axis title, and it's got a vertical axis title. Do not leave those things off. There's lots of other stuff you can do. You can experiment with all of this customizing you can do as well. I'm not going to go into this at all, but you can change almost everything about the way the graph looks, so you can experiment with that a bit. Certainly for the purposes of traveling to work, for the control task, this is all you need. But you will need to get this into the Google Doc that you're getting all the rest of your work to do with the traveling to work task into, all your calculations and your handwritten, the photograph that you took of your handwritten work as well. But again, Google Sheets makes that incredibly easy. All you do is make sure the graph is highlighted. So for example, that's the graph not highlighted. I'm going to click up here near the edge of the graph. That's highlighted or selected. The graph is selected. Make sure the graph is selected. Then right click. No, that's not going to work there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go Control C on the keyboard. That's copying it. You can't see me do that, but that is the graph actually copied now. And I'm going to open my my Google Doc. Mine's blank here, but yours will include all of your calculations and so on. And then I'm going to go Control V. What happens then is you're offered two options to either paste the chart into your Google Doc as a link to spreadsheet or as paste unlinked. Just click paste there. Leave it as link to spreadsheet and click paste. What that means is that if your chart changes in your Google Sheets, in the Google Sheets thing where you originally created it, it will also change in here as well. So you won't have to, if you do decide to change your graph, then you don't have to go through that copy and paste step again. One thing I like to do just to make it look better when you've actually put it in your Google Doc is you'll notice when it comes in, there's no, I've got it selected there, so it looks like it's got a box around it, but it doesn't come in with a box around it. I like to add a box to it, and again, that's dead easy. I've just selected it there, and you go up here, and a 1 point or a 2 point is a good little, just a little edge there. It makes it stand out from other stuff you've got. The other thing you'll need to put into your Google Doc as well, though, as evidence, is you'll need to go back to your Google Sheets window that you've got here and do a screenshot, just to show that you did the graph in Google Sheets and it was based on the table up here. Just additional evidence. You always need to be very clear about all evidence and go into lots of detail with application of number. So I've done screen. You can't see me doing this, but I'm hitting print screen on the keyboard. If you're not sure how to do that, just ask another student or ask me. And then I'm going Control V on the keyboard, and that puts it in there as well. So it shows not just the finished graph, but also how you created it and where it came from in the first place. Okay, and that's it for this video. That's how to create the graph and how to get it into your Google document. Go and have a go at that now. Do the best you possibly can, and I'll see you on the next video.